That is the policy.
What's complicated about that?
It really isn't very complicated.
Since 1983, whoever has won in Harlow has won a general election. And that might be why Jeremy Corbyn, the leader of the Labour Party, chose this constituency to deliver his second keynote speech of this general election campaign. It was all about Brexit, setting out Labour's policy, namely to negotiate a new settlement with the EU that would protect workers' rights and the environment, and then put that to a second referendum alongside Remain.
The Tories have failed on Brexit for 3 years. A Labour government will get Brexit sorted within 6 months by giving you, the British people, the final say. And despite what some commentators want you to believe, Labour's plan for Brexit is clear and simple. It's time to take a decision out of the hands of politicians and trust the people to decide. It won't be a rerun of 2016. This time, the choice will be between leaving with a sensible deal or remaining in the EU.
What's complicated about that? Sir Keir Starmer, the shadow Brexit secretary, quipped as he was delivering the warm-up act before Jeremy Corbyn spoke. But what it has allowed, and it's taken the Labour Party a while to come to this position, is their political rivals to squeeze their vote.
It is a second referendum with Labour, and the choice being Remain or a form of Remain.
At every single step, when the Labour Party could have got behind a people's vote, they didn't. On 17 different occasions, the Liberal Democrats tabled amendments for people's vote, and Labour chose not to back it. They are as much to blame for the mess that we find ourselves in today as the Conservatives are.
The Liberal Democrats say that Labour Party are a party of Leave. The Brexit Party say that Labour are a party of Remain. Once the speeches were over, I asked Sir Keir Starmer to explain the difference between Labour's current Brexit policy and that of David Cameron, who called a referendum, negotiated a new settlement with the EU, and then decided how he would campaign.
The 2016 referendum was, as you say, an in-out referendum. Do you want to be in the EU or do you want to be out? The referendum we're proposing is different. It's saying we'll secure the best deal available, and then we'll ask people, do you want to leave with that deal? If so, fine, we'll leave with that deal. Or would you rather remain? So it's a very different question. It's about whether you want to leave with that deal or whether you want to remain.
Do you think that policy, that approach will end differently for Jeremy than it did for David?
I think it may well do, but I really and definitely think it's got to go back to the public. We've had 3.5 years in Parliament stuck on this question, with politicians trying to answer the question that followed from the 2016 result. So this is to change it, say it's not a question for politicians anymore, it must go to the public, they must make up their mind and we'll act accordingly. And I think actually whether people voted Remain or Leave, people are desperate to break the impasse, get on, and for their government to start dealing with the other issues that are so important to them.
Is that clearer? Good. But it seems the people of Harlow aren't too interested in Labour's message. Will you be voting for the Labour Party at this general election?
No.
Why is that?
Can't stand them, putting it politely. I don't think their leaders got any brains. I just don't feel that they're doing any good.
The Labour Party, I think people began to say, after the Labour Party had been in power, that began to realise that really Labour was a little bit better for the people that work.
Tell me more, why don't you like Jeremy Corbyn?
I think he's a communist, and that's my main reason.
And when it comes to Brexit, the Labour Party's policy is to have a second referendum. What do you think of that?
I think we've had one. I think it's a lot of wasted money to do it again, to be honest. We've spent enough on that already, so I think the money could be put to better things.
Second referendums, these are such loaded questions, because whilst logically you can say it makes sense, you could also argue the point it's anti-democratic. So it's going to take a lot of person more cleverer than me to say that.
To pick a politician, you've got to look at him and see, does he look like he's a thief? Does he look like he's a liar and all that? Because you can't stand them. And most parties are all the same anyway, but Labour, I've not... It was all right, but when Maggie Thatcher got in, it changed my thing, and I switched to being a Tory. And been a Tory ever since.
Labour's aim today was to clarify its Brexit position. But these people in Harlow remain unconvinced, and whether Labour can win this decisive seat remains to be seen.